My name is Amy Hicks. I am the Recovery Advocate Coordinator at the Open Door Recovery Center of Hunterdon County. I'm a woman in long-term recovery and am a certified peer recovery specialist. The atmosphere at the Open Door Recovery Center has actually been described to me as like your cool grandma's house, but updated, at least the physical environment. I think it's very warm and welcoming. It's an old historical building, and I think having our peers here, having a lot of wraparound services here, means that we really do have an environment where folks feel like they can drop in and build a community here in recovery. Community is like the building block of our recovery center. I mean, it's in the name of what we are. It's a community peer recovery center. We go to our community members, the folks who are coming in, and say, what would you like to see at our center? We've held focus groups in the past. And so we really use that feedback from our community members to inform the services we put out into the community. So we really do try to use that lens of peerness of going to meet people where they're at to inform the services we put out into the community. By someone who can also provide services, linkages to services, social services, can help secure transitional housing if they're looking for it, can help provide that emotional support that a peer does. Can say, hey, do you need help getting to a meeting? Do you need linkages to other supports that we can provide? We ensure a holistic approach in regards to physical and mental well-being in recovery, in that, especially because one of our peers is a former bodybuilder and is a current yoga instructor, so that's really important to our staff. That actually came up in the beginning of 2023. His name is Frank, had the idea of starting a general group about community well-being and holistic well-being, and that group has kind of morphed into just a general well-being group because I know, in particular for me in my own recovery, it's one thing to stop using substances, but then how else do I care for myself? How do I take care of my nutrition, my physical body, right? How do I practice, maintain my spiritual wellness, my mental wellness? So we actually have a group that meets where folks can just come and talk about that. And it's not just limited to people in recovery, it's open to the general community. I think it's really important to talk about stigma and how our community center works to break down stigma around folks in recovery. Most of our events, unless they are specifically advertised as only towards folks in recovery, we open to everyone in the community so that folks can invite their family members and their friends to come and experience what it is like to be in a group or come to a event, a game night, right? We have a lot of game nights where folks will bring their loved ones, their children, so that they can come and experience, right, the idea of folks in recovery are folks just like you and I, right? We like to have fun. We like to play apples to apples. We like to play Mario Kart. We like to eat pizza. We like to play tabletop RPGs, right? That there is not this you versus me, that we are all one community, and that breaks down the barriers or the preconceived notions folks have about people in recovery. I also I would like to give a shout out to our family support team. They are peers who serve the family members of folks who have any kind of problematic substance use. They serve Hunterdon, Somerset, Mercer, and Monmouth counties. They also operate out of our center here in Hunterdon County, and they do incredible work. There is someone who has been in your shoes, who is willing to sit down and connect with you, who I have been there before. It may not have been the same experiences, but I have been in that hole, in the depths of that loneliness of that substance use often brings about, right? That I understand that isolation, and here's a place you can come, and here is this community of people who have also been there. And I think that brings the safety and the connection that really gives folks a solid foundation upon which to begin their recovery journey. There's a coworker of ours who is no longer with us, who actually started as a peer at our center. He was receiving services, and then he worked as an advocate with us for a couple months. We have his picture around the center, but he was actually a success story. He wrote himself into one of our grants as a success story. So I hold him very dearly in his heart. There was this trajectory of receiving services and then being able to give back, and that legacy I hold on to very dearly. To me, recovery is the gift of being present in my own life. Whether it is pleasant is not necessarily for me to decide, but it means that I get to show up not just for myself, but for the people I love and care about. And that is a huge difference from when I was actively using substances. So for me, that's the joy of recovery, is getting to be present.